Hello everyone and welcome back to GSC 2012. This is round 7 and this time we're coming from the street circuit, which is at Salvador. Larson took the win last time out, but could he do the same again as we move on to round 7 and 3 rounds left in the championship to go. Once again it was Ellis on pole, followed by Larson, and then it was Ovi and Nigel Lee. Jurasek Kemp had to start from pit lane yet again, then it was Jones and Kramer, Steele mapped by Adrian Herrera, and that was the grid. So coming into the final corner, safety car peels in before the final corner, it's a bit strange, and away we go, and immediately there's chaos as Jurasek gets turned around. Jones is in the wall, back at the front, and it's how it started. Ellis from Larson from Ovi. Larson trying to get around the outside of Ellis there, but there's no way through. Matt by dives down the inside of Sim's Steele. Slight bit of contact, but everything turned out okay in the end. So Larson, Ellis and Ovi are all together. Nigel D is joining in the fun as well. Larson apparently quicker than Ellis at this stage at the race on the first lap. A long way to go yet though. Ellis looking to go around the outside of Ovi there as he outbrakes himself. Can Ellis get down Lee get down the inside? Looks like he may do. He'll have to yield to Lee. Yes he does. I'll say Ovi's not going to get around there too wide. And further back, Steele spins it, Matt White follows him, and poor Herrera has to sit and wait for the traffic jam to sort itself out. There goes Jurasek coming back through. Steele spins it round, but gee, gives barely enough room for Kemp to get through. Back with the front runners, and Larson is looking to make a move on Ellis here. He's alongside, he's going to be on the outside for the next corner though. Slides it round, is still alongside Ellis and he's ahead. Does he manage to keep it there? It's a left-hander. No he doesn't. Ellis has retaken the position. And Larson has to yield as they come into the chicane. Ovi gets his braking all wrong and cuts up Lee. Luckily he managed to avoid a bigger accident than what there was there. Manages to rejoin in front of Jones, who then promptly spins it. Jurasek is now recovering from his last corner spin before the race even started. He's down the inside of Matt By, who runs wide. That's Jones recovering. That's Jones, Jurasek, By and Herrera all together now. Kemp recovering from the pit lane back there as well. By manages to get ahead of Jones, just. And now Jones is coming back down the inside of By. There's contact between the two, no harm done. Back at the front again. This is Larson Ellis on the final corner. Ellis is sideways, Larson's hit him. That could decide the championship there. Remember, Larson has to finish third if he wants to keep this alive. Larson's already down to 4th and is losing yet more time here. There goes Jurasek, and there's Jones, and that's Matt By. Gary Kemp as well. Is he going to get going again before Steele and Herrera? No, he's not. So that's dropped Larson all the way down to 10th place now. Lee on the final corner as well, and he's on his side and he's over. Completely rolled the car. Spins it back round. Kramer comes round and just manages to avoid the incident. Lee does carry on. This is Larson making his recovery through the field. He's already passed Herrera and he's now on to Steele. Contact between the two, and Larson goes. Does he manage to get around the outside? Not quite. He's going to have some work to do on the exit of the corner here. And he has got past. Into the final chicane. Ovi and Kramer are now battling. Ovi manages to slip it down the inside. And Lee is now up with Kramer as well. Can he do the same as what Ovi just did? Into the final... oh no, it's not the final chicane, but there's contact between Kramer and Lee. So that's the second incident for Lee in the space of about 2 laps, I think, and Jurasek there as well. He's managed to spin now as well due to the contact. So Larson and McBye. And he's managed to get round the outside of McBye there. And he's immediately onto Jones a lap later. Jones running out wide, and that gives Larson an easy pass, making his way back through the field. Kemp now with Jurasek. Jurasek's a bit sideways there. Can Kemp capitalise on that? Into the inside line for the next corner. No, he's not quite done it there. Jurasek's wide though. Kemp power slides it out the corner. Does he have the inside line? He does. Does he have the position? Yes, as they come into the chicane. Jurasek eventually lets Kemp take the position. McBye with a massive crash in the final chicane. He's landed in the pit lane upside down, and he somehow managed to carry on after this. Ovi in second place after getting past Kramer has just missed the chicane and lets Kramer go. Doesn't want to pick up a penalty for corner cutting or anything. Lee attempting to go down the inside of Ovi now the next lap, and he's done the exact same thing. Does Lee let Ovi go? He does. Ovi's now one of the first cars to make his stop. Kramer and Jurasek. Actually no, this is Larson on Jurasek, sorry. Larson with a massive fight back through the field after his incident with Ellis at the 3rd lap or so. So that was Larson past Jurasek, and now Larson's making the move on Kemp. Down the inside he goes. Kemp yielding as they come into the chicane. Ooh, Jurasek was very sideways out of that corner there. And Kemp's gone very wide. Is that going to give Jurasek the opportunity to get back round the outside of Kemp into the hairpin? Jurasek can't quite make it there though. Does he get him on the exit? And there's McBye recovering after his crash earlier. Ooh, no, Jurasek does not manage to get the position into the final chicane, but as we start a new lap, oh, Kemp hits the pit exit wall there. That's going to slow him down, and Jurasek's through. Took him a lap to take the position, but he did it eventually. Although has he got it sealed, because Kemp's coming back at him on the inside. Nope, Kemp's not managed to get there. And Jurasek pits. Nigel Lee pitting next. James Reed once again with issues of not being able to race. So BMC Motorsport are left with one driver yet again. Andrew Jones next into pit lane. Just avoids contact with that inside wall there. Who's this? This is Larson coming into pits now on his fight back through the field. Lap 16, and Herrera makes a mistake in the chicane, and that ends his race on the spot. suspension damage. Ellis now pitting from the lead. This is Kemp, misses his braking point there. I think he forgot where he was. This is actually on his way to take the lead whilst everyone's pitting. Now he's got going again. Now it's Kramer into the pit lane. Looked like he wasn't sure which way to go there actually. Seems Steele pitting now. Gary Kemp is also coming into pit lane, relinquishing his lead after everyone stops. And back by with half a car remaining. He's coming into pit lane. I'm amazed he's still going after his crash at the final chicane there. But hey ho. Lee and Jones next on to pit lane. And Jurasek as well. But this is, I think this is Jurasek making his second stop now actually. Nikovi on to pit lane as well. This is from 4th or 5th, not sure. And here comes Larson again. So yet again, really not much action going on in between the two stops. Ellis pitting from the lead yet again. This was pretty much towards the end of the race as well. I mean, they didn't make their second stops until about 5 or 6 laps to go as Steele comes in. And Kramer. Ovi is actually a lap down on Kramer at this point, but he was trying to unlap himself. Couldn't find any way through Kramer though. He's contacting the final chicane, that's not good. Ovi's going to run out of room there, and he does. Kramer managing to continue. Ovi does actually get going eventually as Kemp leaves the pit lane. Matt By making his final stop, still with most of his car missing. And here comes Kramer having to make another stop. Damage and fuel from what I heard. And that was pretty much another quiet race at the end. Ellis came home to finish first and take a win, and RDL took the Constructors' Championship. Second went to Larson and third was Lee. Ovi took home 5th. Kemp was 6th after a massive crash on the final corner there. And once again Jurasek took 4th place for the second race in a row. Join us next week at Cascavel.